After you manage to acquire Starlight Wood, you set out for a tower in search of fuel for your ship in the form of Krona Heart Fruit. You saw Krona Fruit growing along the edges of this tower floating in space. And you entered the space, and, well, upon arriving, you first found eyeless, slithering lizard creatures that attempted to stick you full of spears and throw sharp rocks at you. And when they hissed at you, you saw their mouths open in a quadrisected way and glowing, beady yellow eyes staring at you. You managed to thwart them, and ignoring one that dashed off down into a grate, you proceeded up into the tower. You entered the first landing, where you found a table with a book open on the surface and a small decanter with a dead body lying on the ground next to it in an elaborate tabard. Micah proceeded to drink some of the contents of the decanter, and the three of you began your progression up the stairs. You rounded the stairs at the next level, and you found yourself in a crossing hallway. You tried the first two doors, and they appeared to be locked. So Micah walked across and tested the next two doors. However, when Zayden attempted to cross, a pair of portcullises slammed down in his way. But he narrowly rolled out of it, and they went back up. He then spent some time looking at the door while Fira attempted to cross the space, and the portcullises slammed down, and the two suits of armor at either end of the hallway came to life. And they began to chomp their way towards her.
Yep.
Now, at the same time, Micah was peering into the door at the far end, where he proceeded to see several pushed about beds, and three more of those beady eyes swung around to stare at him. Well, thinking quickly, he managed to vine whip that door closed and tie it to the one across the way. Very intelligently preparing heat metal.
Every single session since I've learned the spell, yes.
Proceeded to ignite the suit of armor and aided in dispatching the forces that were going after Fira. During this time, Zayden grew quite large.
Yep.
I tried shooting one of the suits of armor, missed, and enlarged.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
You proceeded to shrink back down after you managed to dispatch all of the kobolds. But before you did, you also managed to lift the portcullis and allow Fira to get underneath, at which point both portcullises proceeded to lift themselves back up.
Yep.
And you are now standing in this hallway. You also managed to pick the door open on the far side, running into your own batch of kobolds.
Who were asleep. So I closed the door so they wouldn't wake up.
They did proceed to wake up, and...
What?
Were you not charged by kobolds?
No. On the other side of the hallway? with that brown room? No, I opened the door, saw they were asleep, and then slowly.
Oh, that's
back.
right. They started to scrabble at the door.
Oh well, no, I thought they didn't wake up, but maybe the noise out here.
Yes, after some giant chicanery,
Yeah.
uh, they did eventually come to.
Okay.
And so this is where we find ourselves. And in fact, given that matter, the two remaining slitherbolts exit the door in that brown room, stick their heads out, and immediately swivel to see the lot of you.
Oh dear.
And in hunger, they dash towards you.
Fantastic.
However, as they cross into the middle hallway, a pair of portcullises slam in the way.
Good.
Something tells me they're not getting out of there.
They proceed to charge up to the portcullis and swing their claws in Fira's direction.
All right.
I'll
I'm gonna
if you-
hide behind you guys now. Seems valid.
So we defeated the ones that came out of the room with the green beds in it, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming we haven't looked in there yet.
No. Other than to spot briefly that there were beds tossed about, and the only one to know that is Micah.
Well, I don't think they can get us from there. So,
Still gonna hide behind you guys.
that's fair. I'm gonna take a peek in that room that was opened.
Okay. You open the door. Do you have dark vision? You have dark vision,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can make out that within the room, there are a series of 6 bunk beds. And they are pushed about, and one is even fully tipped over in the middle of the room. And a rancid, sickly odor floats out of the room. And you can see from where you would imagine those slitherbolts had dashed from. One of the forms is lying there, very much in pieces, and you see the edges of gnawed bone.
Oh dear. I think I might know why these things are attacking us.
How?
I'm sorry, am I still on the other side of the closed?
You are all on the same side of the.
Okay, okay.
This map here, sans the slitherbolts that are now trapped in the center hallway, is a moderate summation of where you 3 are standing currently.
Well, there's the remains of one of them in there, and it looks like it's been gnawed at. So I think these things are just hungry and are eating anything they can get their claws on.
Tracks.
Huh.
Mhm.
I understand what that's like. I can relate.
Could make sense, but
Yes, but at least you seem to have the intelligence not to eat other people.
Seem. Kidding.
Um, well, there doesn't seem to be anything in there other than the corpse, I gather.
There are 3 corpses that you can see. One is very much the last worked on for dinner. The other 2 are tucked up in their beds.
Ah. Alright.
And there appears to be overturned bedside tables and foot lockers half dug through, and a small desk at the far end of the room that they probably shared as a writing space.
Okay. So they were looted as well. It seems.
Some of the foot lockers sit very much open with bits and pieces scattered out from amongst them.
Alright.
Shall we move on, boys?
Yeah, well, we could check this other door or just go up to the next floor. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, I think standing around isn't going to get us anywhere.
It's true.
So
Agreed.
we may as well keep moving. See if we can find the boat fuel, right? Boat fuel? Boat fuel sounds right.
Heart fruit.
Yeah, that's the one. For the space boat.
Fira, at this point, you actually feel in your pocket.
Pull out the box. Flip it open.
Hey! Oi! Fira?
Hello.
Is that you?
Hi.
Hey, so we just finished some assessments. According to Jules, we need at least 3 of them.
3 of the fruits.
Yeah, 3 of those heart fruits.
Okay.
Good
It's
to
not so
know.
bad.
Well, we'll let you know when we find some.
Righto. Don't die.
Thanks.
That's the tough part.
Well, we'll be sure to tell them about how we got close to dying, however many times it takes once we get back.
It's true.
I'm gonna test this other door across from the green room to see if it's open.
Okay.
Okay.
It is most definitely locked.
Alright. Not gonna bother. Shall we move on then?
Yes. I'm up for the moving on.
Oh, looking at the map, is that another door by where Micah is?
Yes.
That's a win. Is that a door or
There
a
is
window?
the thing at the bottom is a window, and the thing off to the right is a door. And then a set of stairs up to the left. The little tack marks are supposed to give you an indication of the downward side of each stair.
Makes sense. Yeah. So as I'm walking towards the stairs there, I'll look over and Micah, you check that door?
No, the only one I checked was the one that was filled with the things that jumped out and tried to kill us.
That's fair. Well, that one's probably still locked too, but if you want to test it before we go up.
Oh, yeah, no, you're welcome to.
All right then. Go and test the door.
That one actually gives without any particular difficulty.
Okay.
Okay, I will slowly open it and peek around and look inside.
Okay. As you slowly open the door, you are greeted by a eyeful of the astral sea. Stars and stars stretch before you as two low purple hedges rim the edge of an outdoor terrace.
Oh,
Hmm.
And set in the middle is a fountain that you suspect at one time sprayed water. And three small benches set around it. And trellising down the side of the tower are the thick, knotted roots that you have seen punched through other sections of the tower.
Huh.
And it trails from a broken out piece of wall further up the tower.
Huh.
huh.
Give me a perception check.
Um, 15.
You think there is some possibility that you hear voices from up by that broken wall space.
Gonna turn back. So I'm not out there, but I'm back in the hallway, looking at my friends here. Going, I think I might hear someone out there, but it looks pretty clear if you want to check it out. It's a terrace.
All right.
Okay. Let's
All right.
Let's go do that.
Yep.
Something. It's fine. It'll be fine. This is gonna be fine.
yeah. Be optimistic like that, yes.
All right.
Follow you out there.
Yeah, I'll open the door slowly to make sure it doesn't make any noise and walk out.
Okay. As you walk out, you see that there is a thick root wall that definitely spirals down the side of the wall. And as you listen against the... there's a soft pulsing, not quite a ring, but a hum to the astral sea that echoes and pitches. It's almost sounds like a ringing bell, as if there were waves, but very different from waves, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking around.
yeah, this sort of fills the sea around you.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What? This sun?
The sound.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this sound is in different sort of yawing pitches. These sounds fill the astral sea, a bit like waves.
Interesting.
I don't much care for this.
Uh,
This is not my favorite. I don't like it. I want to go back to where the ground doesn't fucking float.
you do over the hum of that, Zayden. You do because you are listening for it. You do hear from above you a sound of what definitely sounds like hissing, biting voices, but you can't make out what they're saying.
That's not surprising.
As you step out, you see the broken bench where the roots have begun to take over and dig themselves into the dirt down here. You see speckled throughout that root system going up the tower more of the Krona fruit
Okay.
speckled into the roots.
Can we see any that are the colors that we need?
Give me an investigation check.
Uh, 16.
Looking them over, you don't see any that have the little white flowers that were described to you.
Okay.
They all appear to be standard standard Krona fruit.
Well, that's a bust.
You also see that in the well of the fountain, there appears to be a sort of liquid, but it is dark and viscous, and
Okay.
the starlight reflected off of it is a sickly color.
Alright, gonna steer clear of the fountain.
Anybody who wants to can also give me a perception check.
Sure.
Perception or investigation?
Perception,
Alright.
because you don't know what you're looking for.
Well, then wouldn't that more be a passive perception thing?
Well, you indicated that you were looking around to see what was on the terrace.
I guess that's fair. My perception check is a 20.
17.
Okay. Farrah, were you looking, or?
17.
Okay. You all actually notice that in the hedge bush across from the door, something is shifting about in the leaves. And you see the glint of a pair of eyes watching you.
A pair of eyes. Okay. So
Pair of
it's either
eyes.
not a slitherbolt or two slitherbolts.
Notably, they are a pair of dark violet eyes.
Okay, definitely not a slitherbolt.
Yeah.
Can I do a knowledge nature check to try to see what its eyes look like? To like see if it's something I recognize?
Sure.
That's gonna be a 23.
Okay.
Literally the best I could have rolled.
Was it a 20?
Yeah.
Okay then. Hold on a second.
That's gonna be the only one I roll all day, and it's gonna be on a like your knowledge of nature tells you that there's nothing natural about this.
It does in fact tell you that there is nothing natural about this.
Useful information.
And you know for a fact that you have seen this sort of unnatural aberration before.
I see.
You have seen eyes like this on the crawling masses from the woods.
Cool. I hit it with Thorn Whip,
Okay.
just instinctively. I see that for what it is, and then I just whip the shit out of it.
Okay, we're rolling initiative.
Well, all right.
You watch as Micah thinks to himself for half a second, and his eyes go wide, and a thorn whip just lurches from his staff and fires into the bush.
So cool if I get an attack on that before we roll initiative?
Yes, absolutely. You absolutely get a surprise round.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I feel like it wasn't expecting the weird necrotic mushroom whip to the face. 17 to hit?
Yes, you did not roll at advantage, right?
No.
Okay.
I rolled a 10, and I have a +7 attack modifier on spells.
17 absolutely hits. Oh, actually, hold on a second. I need to double check something. Well, now I'm in the right letter at least. Alright, yeah, I'm almost certain on this. Micah, you actually need to roll at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, that time I got a 21.
Okay.
I have a +7 modifier. I rolled a 10 the first time and a 14 the second.
Yeah, you absolutely hit.
And that'll be 4 necrotic damage.
Okay. Do you pull it at all with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna yank that fucker right out of the shadows.
Okay. So you watch as the thorn whip goes into the bush and just gives a hard yank, and what lurches out of the bush is a glossy-eyed sallow purplish stretched skin, almost bat-like creature, and it lands on its front claws, and it just lets out a
Oh, fun.
Well,
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
So, yeah. Initiative.
uh-huh
21.
Look, guys, I don't fucks with this thing. I see it, I smash. What's my initiative modifier? It's just my dexterity. That's going to be a 6.
14.
Okay. 14 for Firo. Zayden, what'd you get?
21.
Oh, okay then.
Mm-hmm.
And Micah, there you go. Alright, Zayden, go for it.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And that is a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Huh. It's a 6 radiant damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see Micah vine whip at this thing as it jumps out of the bush, and instant reaction, my hand just shoots out and shoots a fucking blast of light at it without even thinking.
That's fair. It whips around, and as the light hits it, you see as parts of its fleshy skin burn and blister under the light. It looks at you and gives you one solid stare, Zayden.
Hmm.
And then it whips
I don't.
around and bounds its way, and it leaps over the hedge, and you watch as it dives over the rocky retaining wall to the terrace, and it stretches its arms out wide, and you watch as it stretches long folds of flesh, and it sails off into the sea.
Huh.
Don't like this.
Nope.
Don't like that. No, sir.
I'd say you better run, but something tells me we should have killed that.
Yeah.
It is now 60 feet from the terrace and appears to be flying away. Fira.
60 feet from the terrace.
Wait, how close was it to me when it started to fly off? Because I pulled it 10 feet towards me, so wouldn't I get an attack of op?
Well, you had you rounded the fountain? Where were you standing for that?
I thought this was the thing that I pulled to me.
Oh, does it pull it all the way to you? I thought it only pulled
Well,
it 10 feet.
10 feet, yeah. So I guess I didn't understand where I was in relation to it. I thought I was closer because I could see its eyes.
Okay. I mean, if you were closer to it, then yeah, go for your attack of op.
Hell yeah. Gonna hit it with my stick. It's gonna be a weak stick smack, though,
Oh,
because
wait,
I didn't
hold on.
have time to cast Shillelagh on it.
Zayden, was your attack at disadvantage?
No, I didn't. You didn't say to.
Sorry. Yes, your attack should have been at disadvantage.
That's the same roll.
Okay. Damage holds then. Fantastic. Micah,
Does a
your attack.
10.
The 10 is going to miss.
Okay. When I'm just swinging with the quarterstaff, minimal effectiveness.
Yeah. Fira. It is now bounded over the hedge and is flying away from the terrace.
Yeah, I'm gonna you 60 feet away.
You can run to the edge of the terrace, so yes, it would be 60 feet from you.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna run to the edge of the terrace and use Shatter.
Oh. Gross. Okay.
Alright, so,
Do you roll the hit on that?
nope, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay then. Oh, that's gross.
Saving throw spells are really good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 9.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. I hope. Alright, so we are going to take 18 thunder damage. I rolled an 8, a 7, and a 3, so
Damn.
we're going hard.
Yeah, you went so hard that you run up to the edge of it, and so how do you cast the spell?
She kind of just does she's not very big on the theatrics, so she just clap in front of her face and just
Hold on. The bard isn't big on the theatrics?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. With her spells, not really. Everything else, yeah.
Yeah, you clap your hands together and you watch as, in reaction, as if another clap went off in the middle of it, you watch as this thing bursts into a shower of viscous and bone. And you watch as the shredded pieces just drift down into the astral sea.
She watches for a second, then she turns around and looks at the guys. He did it.
It's a good job. I approve.
Right, you did it? Impressive.
You did good.
Thanks, guys.
Well, you don't notice anything else at the moment moving around on the terrace.
Okay.
Alright. So just bat thing, normal Krona fruit, not heart fruit, and well filled with
A
oily
dark
liquid.
viscous liquid.
Yeah. All right. I think that might be all that's out here, guys. Any other ideas? Should we go back in?
Yeah, let's go ahead and go back inside.
Sounds good.
Micah, did you know what that thing was?
Well, in a sense, yes.
This is as we're walking back in.
Uh, what it was something that needed to die,
Makes
Oh, that
sense.
part was obvious.
and now it's dead.
Have you
How
encountered one
frightening
before?
is it? Sorry.
Look, I'm a druid. I know when shit's unnatural, right?
Yeah.
That's fair.
So it was not natural.
Oh, a lot of what we've encountered here in the way of things that might attack us would not be natural.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna start heading up those stairs.
I'll follow.
I will as well.
You round the stairs, and they curve around a good another quarter of the room.
Yep.
As you begin to crest up over the lip at the top of the stairs to the next floor,
Mm.
you are greeted by the sight of one massive room that appears to fill the whole floor.
Okay.
You find that there are a series of tables, large tables, set about in the room. And the stairs at the far side of the room are absolutely littered with the long curling vines that are slowly trying to take over the floor, and you can see that it has wrapped itself around the far table and crushed it down into splinters.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Beyond the curve of the stairs, you see that an entire third of the wall is covered with row upon row of bookshelf.
Ooh.
And you see an entire series of books. You also see, seated at the two tables closest to you, one lying on the ground and the other seated at the upper left table, are two more of the desiccated bodies in green tabards.
Yeah. More of these folks.
Not good. Well, it's good, but it's not.
Well, it's good that they're not
Yes.
alive and getting in our way.
Yes.
You,
Yes,
you seem to react to that first one on the first floor.
It's just, yeah. Uh, childhood scarring, you know?
Uh, well, I'm sorry, but
They're
uh,
just not good people.
Okay. What is it? Are they a cult of some sort, or just? I've never seen the symbol before. I'm curious.
Um, I'm personally not too sure. I just my my mom used to fight tooth and nail with them over things when I was younger, and that's all I really know.
Hmm.
So they're not.
So not the nicest people in the world, then.
see.
Fira, give me a history check.
History.
Nat 20.
No, just Fira, Zayden.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Oh. Fira, you remember that they most definitely had spellcasters,
Yes.
and that they would bring cases of unexplained liquids, vials of them, and they would be scattered out to the lands around that you owned, your vineyards, your
Yeah.
crops, and what have you. And these vials would be sprinkled about, and you know that your crops grew much better no matter what the conditions of your land were.
Okay. Would she know if they're a cult or not? Because we never actually said that.
You never explicitly heard the word cult,
Okay.
but they sure were a society that folks around the manor got very on edge about, and you definitely heard words like blood and sacrifice thrown about once in a while.
Okay. Thank you.
You have rounded the corner and you find yourselves in this floor with large tables set with chairs, a couple of dead bodies, and half a wall of books.
all right. And yeah, I think Fira just made that history check and
Yep.
got some info. While I was asking how she knew these guys. All right. Well, I'm gonna go start looking over the books, see what they have there.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I guess. Reading's
So,
so.
as you walk about halfway across the room there, Zayden, I need you to make a dex save.
All right. That is a 13.
Yeah. So, as you cross through the center of the room, you watch as a well, actually, Micah and Fira, you see this. A small sigil appears under your feet, and a lashing
shit.
green vine from the ceiling whips down and strikes you,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
and slams you back towards the wall, and you take 7 points of slashing damage.
Oof.
Ow.
What wall?
Back towards the stairs.
Okay. Ow. Is this still moving around, or was it just step, smack, and goes back?
You watch as this thin vine just curls itself back up into the ceiling to form back into a weave of willowy green tendrils that coat the ceiling.
Huh. Great.
Okay. I'm gonna look down to where that sigil was to see if there was anything. Like, what was it carved into the floor, or did it just start glowing when I stepped there?
I assume you two pointed out to him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
oh, right. I didn't see it. Okay.
You see a large red carpet all along the interior of the floor.
All right, you guys had the outside perspective. Did that only come and hit me once I stepped under the carpet?
Uh,
Did I notice?
me. You're making a lot of assumptions about how much I was watching.
Uh,
That's why the
Can I-
question was to both of you.
should I roll for perception or?
Uh, you saw the sigil flash beneath his feet, and then he got struck in the face.
Okay, I relay that information.
Hmm.
Also, all three of you give me perception checks.
I'm in a room
Okay.
with a carpet.
17.
That's a good perception check right there.
Mine was 8.
Oof. Let me roll real quick, and then check my feet real quick. I only got 11, which is actually quite low for me.
Okay. Zayden, you're the only one who really makes it out, but you hear distantly up through the coated root system that is now covering the far stairs. On the floor above, you definitely hear hasalala hashaha, hasalala hashaha, hasalala hashaha.
That's spooky, right? That's not just me. That's spooky.
Well,
I think I'm the only one who heard it.
Oh, sorry.
yes.
My bad.
Anyone else hearing the chanting? Or is that just from me hitting my head?
I don't hear it.
When he points it out, you can make it out. Micah,
What's up?
when he points it out to you, you hear that phrasing, and you know that what they're actually saying in deep speech is Dance, O Dark One, give us light. Dance, O Dark One, give us light.
Ah, ominous.
Mm-hmm. So yes, there is chanting faintly in the distance.
Do I recognize it perchance?
Yeah, I guess the question is it a language any of us recognize?
You can both give me intelligence checks.
Oh, I figured that'd just be what languages do you know?
I know what
Oh,
languages you know.
No. That is a 6.
10.
You're very certain that you don't speak the language.
That's probably not good, guys. It's probably bad.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Ominous chanting in hitherto unknown languages. Rarely a good thing.
Is it coming from above? Like through all those plants that are blocking the way to above? Oh.
You do make out that there are gaps of light. You could feasibly crawl through that root system to the space above. It would be difficult going, but you could probably find a way.
Hmm. Looking at the floor, this red carpet, how much of it does it cover? Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
muted. I was talking the whole time. So we can get to the staircase without stepping on the carpet.
The staircase, yes.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and circumnavigate this room instead of walking across the hitting bit.
Mm-hmm. If the tables were closer together, I'd suggest we could walk across them, but oh well. Let's make it up around the. Actually, here's an interesting question.
Okay.
These stairs are coming up through the floor. Is there like a railing at the top?
No.
So, in theory, we could like climb up that wall to the other side. I'm just trying to think of how this is set up. But
I didn't quite understand your question.
like to get to that part at the south bit, by the bookcases, that is not carpeted, but is probably a floor.
Oh,
Never mind.
yes, you can see a small rim of stone between the carpet and the bookcase.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what. Oh, you mean this space towards the bottom here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
Hmm.
It's, I mean, that's all the way back down the stairs, so you know.
Yeah.
It's a solid half story clear, but
Oh, okay. Actually, wait. Have to. The story is only around 10 feet.
story is 20 feet. I thought.
Nope. That's two. Most ceilings are only about 9 to 10 feet tall.
Huh.
I'm 6 feet
A
taller.
standard story in the United States, including the space of the floors between, is 14 feet.
Huh.
Okay.
Thank you, Peanut Gallery.
Um.
Yeah. Well, I'll walk up the stairs and move towards the other stairs around the edge of the carpet. Just kind of observing what I can in the room that might give me information I don't already have.
Okay. So, just in case it's helpful information in any way.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah.
Those are the desiccated bodies in the tabards and the books that are sort of scattered out next to them. So you've rounded the carpet towards the stairs.
Yeah.
What kind of information are you looking for?
I mean, given that picture, the books on the table, or any clue as to what they were doing when they died?
Sure. If you want to figure out the books, it's a perception check to see if you can see what they say. Unless you're going over to them.
How far away is the nearest bookshelf?
From across the room, depends on where you are standing in the process.
Can I get within 10 feet of one without stepping on the carpet?
No.
No?
No. They are these checkered things along the right hand side. are all stacks
Oh,
of
I
books.
see. I see.
Yeah, they are across the room from us.
Let me see what I've got prepared. Man, why don't druids get mage hand?
Oh wait,
Let me guess. You have mage hand.
I do.
Yeah, now would be a good time for mage hand.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll do the thing.
Okay.
I'm grabbing. What should I grab first?
Well, I was gonna say, since we're walking, if we're all walking around the carpet like this, the table with the red books on it, just looking at the picture, is like right on the edge. So we'd probably be able to actually reach those. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So you could probably use your mage hand to pick up the ones on the floor.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Zidane, do you grab the books off the table?
Yeah, or I attempt to at least.
Okay, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Without stepping on the carpet.
Roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Woo! Not 20.
Okay, you manage to recoil and duck out of the way as another of the slashing vines attempts to crack you in the head again.
Saw you coming that time. All right.
Bitch.
It's not stepping on the carpet. It's crossing the threshold of the carpet.
Fantastic. All right, so I will use Mage Hand on the books that are on the floor.
Okay. You drag them both over,
Mm-hmm.
and you when you retrieve both books, you notice that they are big, heavy tomes with metal bracketing,
Okay.
and the pages are rather dog-eared, and these books have seen an extensive amount of use.
Okay.
However, what languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, Elvish, Infernal.
Okay. The first book you drag over is written in a very small script that you cannot read.
Okay.
The second book you pull over is written in Draconic, and it is as you thumb through it, you see that each page has a list and a description and carrying instructions for different seedlings.
Oh, excuse me.
And you look on the cover, and it is an almanac of flora of the astral sea.
Oh, this might help us actually. It's all about the flowers from that can be found in the astral sea.
It's useful. The extraplanar botany is sort of outside of my general area of expertise.
Good thing I can read Draconic, huh?
Does it? Do you think you can find something about this in there? Pointing upwards at the vines.
I can try.
Give me an investigation check.
18.
Yeah. You very quickly give a thumb through the book, and you actually hit a page in the first few chapters, and you see as you turn that page open that there is a large spread of this willowy curling plant. And you read about it, and it is called a guardian willow. And a guardian willow is bound to a particular location by a spellcaster to only permit members of a specific designation to pass through the space.
Okay.
Ooh. Well, isn't that interesting? Now, looking at these corpses on the ground, do they look like they were killed by these whipping willow vines?
Give me a medicine check.
How how these plants look?
Say again.
How resilient to fire do these plants look?
Oh no.
Give me a nature check.
Ready? So roll one of those. That'll be a 13 plus 3 for 16.
The willow looks to have thin, lashing vines, and looks as if it would probably have an unpleasant time with fire.
I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like flaming sphere.
Yeah. I rolled an 18 medicine check, by the way.
Yeah, even from where you are, you can tell that these guys did not die from the willow. You know, you have very first-hand experience that the willow attacks with a slashing, brutally unkind strike.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually see within the sunken, wasting features, especially around the eyes and lips, that there are small bits of green spidering cracking.
Interesting.
And as you look, you can see something that looks a bit like indentations around the neck.
Interesting. Well, by the looks of it, these people did not die from the willow.
Oh.
Do you think that... You know what? Adafira, use your mage hand. Take one of their tabards over here.
Okay. Cringing, she does so.
Given that Mage Hand has a max weight capacity of about 5 pounds,
10.
even at 10 pounds, you cannot feasibly lift an entire body off of the tabard where it is held.
Oh, tabards underneath them. Okay.
They are wearing the tabards.
Figured they just pull it off of the person, but okay, since they're dead and desiccated.
They are in fact dead and desiccated, but they still weigh more than 10 pounds.
Fair. Well, I was thinking if we wore one of the tabards, maybe it would think that we're part of this approved...
In all fairness, Mage Hand is not the only retrieval method.
How far are those things away from the edge of the... it doesn't matter. I can just keep using it, and it's got a range of 30 feet. Are they within 30 feet?
Yes, they are.
Cool. So I'm just gonna spooky mushroom whip those guys as many times as necessary to yank them over here.
Sure. So you now have 2 bodies.
Two new corpses for the collection. What? I don't know about you, but what I said was perfectly normal.
Yep. That's yep.
If you say so, Micah.
So you unbelt the robes and untuck the tabards.
Mm-hmm.
You do find, as you are undressing them, that
Effectively looting the bodies.
yes, belted to the side of each one is a pouch. Do you go into the pouches?
Yes.
Are they large enough for me to dive into?
I mean, not dive into being a. Do you rummage around in them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scrooge McDuck that shit.
I look like a dirty homeless man at all times. I'm gonna rummage through the dead man's wallet.
yeah. I'm looking at one of them too.
Dead man's wallet would make a great like post-punk indie band.
Okay. You find collectively 19 gold pieces, a piece of platinum,
Ooh.
8 silver, and each pouch contains 3 small vials of a light green liquid. One each is empty.
All right. Let's see. How can I figure out what that is without just drinking it? Could I make a medicine check on that one?
It would be a... Yeah, you can give me a medicine check.
Or like nature?
It would be medicine or arcana.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with medicine.
I could go with Arcana.
I'm gonna go with Well, that was a natural one, so
Yeah, I'm gonna make an Arcana check.
I don't know shit for shit.
Sure is fluid.
Probably.
Gross.
That's a 17.
Yeah, it definitely is a magic potion. Without expending spells or taking a protracted period with it, you don't get a clear idea as to what it is. You do get the impression that it probably alters the body in some way.
Ooh, here's an observation. Does the green of this liquid in any way match the green around the mouths of these dead people? You said their lips were all cracked and green.
It in fact does not.
Ah.
The spider cracking is a dark green, and the vial in the liquid, the liquid in the vial is a faint green. As you are looking at it, make an intelligence check.
14 plus 16.
Yeah, you've seen a liquid that is this color once before. you recount a couple of floors ago, there was a decanter sitting in the middle of the table.
Oh no.
Hey, Micah, this looks a lot like the same thing you tried on the first floor.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just give me that. It's not gonna help you out at all, and it's good, but it's sort of a hit. It's probably best if I hold on to that.
I don't deny that last part, but I think I might like a bit more info. What did it do to you?
Druid.
You broke up there.
Druid things.
Druid thing?
I would think that druid things were things you did to something else.
Look, druids are mysterious people, and the ways of nature are as they are potent.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And that there's a druid potion.
Fair enough. You can take them. Well, what should we do with the cash, by the way? It's not entirely an easy split.
Just hold on to it for now, and then we'll make change when we get to a port eventually. It's not like the money is doing us much good stuck in fucking boat space.
It's not like you're going anywhere from us. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll hold on to it.
Alright.
So, Micah,
So how many bottles of this stuff I got?
you have 2 empty vials and 4 vials of the green liquid, along with one additional drag from the decanter.
Awesome.
Wait, did you take the decanter with you?
Yeah, why would I leave it?
Okay, fair. I mean, yeah, all right, yeah.
Like, I took a drink, I liked what happened, I pocketed the rest of the drink. But I didn't just, like, pour loose potion into my pockets.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, you just put an open container in there.
Decanters have stoppers.
Yeah.
Some do.
That
Okay,
one did.
all right. Okay, all right, good.
Oof.
All right. So, what I'm gonna try and do, because the vine whipped at me when I just stuck my hand out over the carpet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna pick up one of these tabards and hold it over the carpet.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving check.
Fuck. Oh, that's a 10.
Yeah. You are a little busy trying to figure out exactly where the edge is to hold the tabard over, that you don't notice that you quite crest over the side of it, and another one of the vines whips down and cracks you in the head for 2 more points of slashing damage.
Yeah. All right, got it. Right, not the tabard. Apparently, not the tabard.
Alright, let me try something. I'm just gonna approach him.
Approach.
The snappy vines with the slicing.
Okay. I mean,
Aren't they?
they're integrated into the ceiling.
Alright, well, I mean, I'm going to go where he has been going, where he has been getting slashed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you reach an arm across it? Do you, like, step in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach an arm across.
Okay. You reach your arm out over the carpet, and nothing happens.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Everybody drink a potion.
All right then.
They got the grain on their mouths. They've been killed by something that isn't the vines.
Yeah, that tracks for druid shit.
I didn't get attacked when I went forward, and
Yeah.
outside of my charming voice and dulcet tones, I can't imagine it's anything but the potion.
Fair.
I'll take it.
Fair.
Okay.
I give each of you a potion.
All right.
I need Constitution saving throws from both of you.
One of us?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh. That totals at 19.
12.
Okay. Zayden. You twist and bend, and you feel the writhing slither of something passing through your body.
Ew.
You feel it settling into the nooks and crannies, but you then feel a gentle hand on your shoulder, and warm energy pulses through your body, and you are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Fira,
Mm-hmm.
you feel that same writhing sensation pass through your body,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel it take root.
Okay.
You now have the Jade Touched status.
Jade touched?
Yes. But, except for something nodding and twisting its way just beneath the surface of your skin, you don't feel it doing anything else.
Okay.
Oof. Well, that was weird. And I go and stick my arm out over the carpet again.
Yeah. You flinch reflexively, but nothing happens.
Excellent. Book time. And I walk across towards the bookcases.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you approach the bookcases. They are ripe with books.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh man, what should I look for here? I think I'll just start by trying to identify the various topics of these books. See if there's a theme of some sort.
Sure.
Just kind of reading the spines.
Give me an investigation check.
Ah, there we go. That is
I
23.
I also am going to go look at books.
Okay, you can also give me an investigation check. All right, so Zayden, you come to the understanding that quite a number of the books closest to the stairwell have various thick-bound tomes on plants, horticulture, botany. It appears to be quite the collection of all things a green thumb would need to care for what appear to be in the few titles that you can read. Remind me what languages you speak.
Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Okay. You can actually read the better part of like half the titles. Because almost half the books appear to be written in Celestial.
That's cool.
Wait, did you say Fade or Jade?
Jade. But yes, it appears to be a whole wide slew of botany books. The middle section appears to be more on, and the almost 75% of the middle bookshelf is written in Celestial.
Oh, okay.
and those books all generally appear to do with a wide variety of topics, a lot of things that you maybe haven't read quite as much on, but being who you are comparatively, you have had experience with this. You see some titles that jump out at you. A Wayfarer's Guide to the Spheres of the Outer Sea. A general a wide guide on the ships of the astral sea. Another one jumps out at you as beholders and their subraces. And then you hit the middle shelf and you start to read across it. And several titles all at once jump out at you. How Life Grows Far Away from Stars. Another title is there and says Harmonics of Celestial Energy. Star Harvesting.
Interesting.
A Guide to the Sisters' Domains.
Is that a separate book?
Oh, yeah.
Or is that the subtitle?
No, it's a separate book. You would have to pick through the large route that's punching through the far bookshelf if you want to start to pick through titles. Micah, what were you searching for?
Just looking at the book, see if anything jumps out at me.
Yeah. Remind me. So you do not speak Celestial or Draconic?
No.
Okay. Do you speak Sylvan?
Where did I put my? Hold on, I gotta find my sheet where I wrote my languages. Fuck, where did I write them? Oh, there they are. Sorry. No.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yes, I just saw your message, and yes, that's what I'm getting to. But I'm just curious about the other stuff.
Common, Elvish, and Giant.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see any of that, but the along the middle shelf, there are a series along the top shelf in thick black covers.
Okay.
As you're looking up at those titles, you do notice 5 of them all sort of stacked next to each other.
All right.
The first one's titled Through Dark Passages Where Shadows Live.
All right, hold on. I'm going to write these down.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Give me a second. So, through dark passages where shadows live. All right.
one that doesn't translate perfectly well to common, but the closest you can get to is light in the blood.
All right.
A title that just says the missing key. One that has virtually no title at all.
Okay.
It appears to just have a notation.
All right.
More of a symbol than anything, but you get the feeling it's a deep notation, but not something you recognize. And then the last one says "Whispers of a Star Nevermore."
Of a star nevermore. All right. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I pocket those.
Silence still muted. There it goes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I imagine you just like whip them off of the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see as Micah just whips a set of books and takes them clean off of the shelf and
All
into
right.
a satchel of some kind that I imagine you carry.
Yeah, right in my hippie sack.
What'd you find, Micah?
Some light reading for later.
Fair enough.
Okay, I mean,
Um, yeah, I took this opportunity to actually write some notes, which I should have been doing this whole time. So I'm gonna take down that book you mentioned called A Guide to the Sisters' Domains.
Uh-huh.
Start flipping through it, not like really like digging into it, just kind of skimming.
Sure. Your skimming is abruptly halted as, despite the title on the outside of the book being written in Celestial, you proceed to flip it open, and it is written in a language you do not understand.
Huh. Well, this is odd. Um, the language inside doesn't match the language that the title is written in. Do any of you know this one?
Let me take a look.
Yeah, I'll bring it over to one of the tables so we can take a look.
That's some weird writing.
All right. Vera, any ideas?
I haven't crossed onto the carpet yet at this point.
Okay.
Oh,
So because you said she didn't feel any different as opposed to just being the jade touched.
Correct.
So she's hesitant to go over the threshold of the carpet. Because she's not sure that anything happened when she drank the potion.
I mean, you definitely feel something writhing around under your skin.
Okay.
and you did see that I drank the potion and proceeded to walk across with no problem.
Yeah, fair. Okay. So she'll go over to look.
Okay. As you trepidatiously take your first step onto the carpet and you look around, nothing happens.
Okay. Good. So she will join you guys.
Alrighty.
And what language is it in?
It appears to it is a jagged, and if you could almost call a font menacing,
Okay.
it is most certainly menacing.
Okay.
But you do not understand what it says.
Excellent. Are we in any rush?
I mean, we would like to get that Krona Heart Fruit as soon as we can, but
Can I take a look at that book?
yeah, sure.
Cool. I put the book in my sack.
Can I have that book back, though?
Hmm?
And
Uh,
cast comprehend languages?
oh, right. That's a way to do it.
Does comprehend languages let you read? I think it
Yeah.
just lets you listen.
It lets you read. It takes about 1 minute to read 1 page of text,
Oh, cool.
and the duration's for an hour. So, cast comprehend languages, and yoink that book back.
It lets you understand all languages, right?
Yes.
Uh,
I forgot I had it. And it's the literal meaning. So, won't decode secret text, the arcane sigil.
yeah. Micah, do you give the book back?
Sorry, what book?
The one you just took from me. It says a guide to the sisters' domains on the cover.
Oh, that book. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I'll fish it back out and hand it to him.
And
Okay.
I put it on the table so Fira can read it.
Fantastic. While Micah is rummaging around, Fira, you do notice that the chanting from above, you now understand what is being chanted.
Makes sense.
And you notice that it's actually shifted a little from what was being said before.
Yeah.
They are chanting in deep speech.
Okay.
And they are hissing over and over again. Dance dark Lord, eat the heart, bring us light. Dance dark Lord, eat the heart, bring us light.
Hey guys.
Oh, you must be able to understand that whispering now.
Yeah,
What are they saying?
they're trying to summon something scary. Sounds like.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could have guessed that bit, but
Uh,
yeah. All right.
they're trying to make a Dark Lord dance, I guess. Bring the light.
I'm sorry, out of character, I just had this image of like Darth Vader breakdancing.
Okay.
Sorry, continue.
They're saying to bring the light. And they're trying to get the Dark Lord to dance or something. I'm not.
Well, we'll certainly deal with that. I think that's the next place to go, but right. Task at hand.
Yes.
Yeah, you crack open the book, and you also know that the language inside is also deep speech.
Fantastic.
And it appears to lay out a story about the original god of light, Lumaran.
Okay. I relay this information as I get it, obviously.
And Lumaran gave birth to 7 children.
Okay.
And these children carried with them aspects of their light.
Okay.
And it goes on to explain that these demi-deities spread out to the corners of the astral sea. And you thumb through, and after like 5 minutes, it's still sort of unearthing basically details about the god, and then gave birth to these children, and that the aspects of light scattered unto the universe from the heart of light.
Gotcha.
And 10 minutes goes by. It is a dense text. There is hundreds of pages,
Okay.
and it will
Yeah.
take you hours to read this book.
No.
Yeah. So as Fira's going, I was like, I was only going to skim it. We can probably save that for later, but that is definitely something I'm interested in.
Okay.
Uh,
Definitely taking it then.
all right.
Hand it back to Micah to throw into his bag.
I throw it in my bag. What's the title of this book?
A Guide to the Sisters' Domains.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Right. Shall we?
After several minutes, you do hear excited hissing and jubilation coming from upstairs.
Of course I do.
Shall we head up what remains of these stairs?
The Dark Master. He reaches. He gathers. The heart will be his.
Oh no. I
Okay.
Zide, you
relay
have no
this
idea what-
message.
you-
Yeah. I was about to say they sound a bit more excited than before.
That's probably not good. Like,
Definitely not
it's
good.
probably a bad thing. I think what they said was bad things, probably, based on context clues
Definitely was.
and, like, the words they used.
It was not good.
All right. So either I guess we climb through the vines on the stairway, or cut through them. What do y'all think would be fastest?
I mean, we could probably just, like, walk past them now. Because,
Oh.
we found juice. We can probably just...
Oh, do you think they'll just move?
The
so we have a
the thin willowy strands integrated into the ceiling are not like the thick, several feet in diameter.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm just going to ask the plants to get out of the way.
You have speak to plants.
I sure do. I have speech of beast and leaf.
Oh,
I have the ability to communicate in a limited manner with beasts and plants. They can understand the meaning of your words, though you have no special ability to understand them in return. You have advantage on all charisma checks made to influence them.
Huh.
Okay.
We're learning new things all day.
Druids are neat. I'm going to talk to the plants and be like, could you let us go past, please? I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. You need to make.
I'll sweeten the deal. We use these, we can, get you a little, corpses are a little out of your reach, and you're looking like you could use some fertilizer. Yeah.
I need you to make a persuasion check, and it is a flat roll.
That's good, because that's better than my negative charisma.
No. I mean, it's a. You just indicated that you get advantage.
I sure do.
Yeah, it's a flat roll.
Okay. So here's the thing. Hold on. Because I want you to believe me. So when I take a screen cap of this D20 I just rolled.
Oh dear lord.
this is going one of two ways.
It's going the bad way.
No, remarkably, the other one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think I can do this. Haha. Bam. Yes. There you go, Dustin. I just sent you a screen cap of my desktop so you can see the most recent roller. The one right before this is the nat one from the last thing I rolled. And then the one directly above it is the persuasion check.
What'd you get?
Well, technically, I got a 19.
Okay. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah. He got a nat 20. So Micah, you do plants being plants don't have a conventional way of speaking, but you watch as the roots twist and creak and bend and shift upwards so that all of the thick root work along the stairs form archways that you can walk through.
Huh.
As it does so, through the creaking and twisting of the wood, Micah, you understand that if a plant could scream, it is screaming.
Help me drag over these corpses. I promised the plant fertilizer.
Okay.
All right.
Bring it over. What was this plant called again?
There are two separate plants.
Okay.
There's the thick, rooty system that is blocking the stairs, and integrated into the ceiling over the course of the carpet is a guardian willow. There are long, willowy vines coating the ceiling.
Thank the plants. They're being very nice.
Thanks, plant friend.
Thank you very much.
As you drag the bodies over, two of the large, thick root limbs curl around each of the body, ensnaring it, and you actually hear as
All right then.
the bones of the elf and the dwarven figure are crushed within.
Right. Perfectly normal plant stuff.
All right.
All right. Well, let's keep on climbing the tower.
Yeah.
You do hear that all of the celebration from upstairs has stopped, and now there's hushed whispers.
Oh, good. They're on to us.
Yeah, well, that wasn't entirely quiet, so that does not surprise me. Onward and upward.
Oh,
Micah, perhaps you want to go first?
it's a good call.
Sure. Now, has this been an hour since the encounter, the floor below?
No.
Cool. So I'm still fully shroomed out then.
Sure.
Because I used it in that encounter and it lasts,
Oh, yeah. Then, yeah.
lasts about an hour, I believe.
Yep.
So I'm just, it matters because it's how much health I'm starting at.
Yes.
All right, I'll lead the way up the stairs, giving the plants like a reassuring pat on the root as I go up.
I follow behind.
Yep.
So, as you round the stairs, you find a massive chamber with 4 windows and a floor coated in the running roots that protrude from a towering tree budding with large lumpen crystals all throughout its canopy.
Ooh.
And you see, coiled thickly around its trunk, a dark black tendril tearing its way from a rift at the base of the trunk.
Oh, one of these things.
again.
Well, something told me we'd be seeing you again.
You also see, as you crest over the wall, a series of small figures darting about in the rootwork, and one tall, slithering figure in a headdress made of flesh and bone, and holding a staff set with a dark piece of Krona fruit. Standing at a small risen platform at the base of the tree.
Okay.
And on the far wall,
Mm-hmm.
you see 5 large, pulsing, clear blue crystals wreathed in small white leaves.
Shit.
And as you watch, a tendril peels away from the large coil and is halfway reached across the room towards the glowing blue crystals. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.